I just finished reading Riptide by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. This book has been on my back burner for so long, and I'm so glad I finally sat down to read it because this has become the best book I've read in a long time, if not ever. It is that good. If you like anything that has to do with pirates, treasure hunting, adventure, swashbuckling, mystery, thriller, this book has your name written all over it. And keeping things as vague as possible and picking out just a few things from the prologue and the first chapter, the overall plot of the story has to do with a notorious pirate that has amassed this legendary hoard of a treasure. And he is thought to have buried this treasure on an undisclosed island. And over a few centuries after this pirate's death, there have been people that have stumbled upon an island and have found various clues that have kind of determined, hey, this might be the location where this pirate has buried this huge treasure. And ever since then, people have been setting up excavation teams, and all of which have came to a screeching halt with equipment malfunctioning or people mysteriously dying, stuff like that happening, where a rumor of a curse or some, like a myth like that has kind of clouded this island that have people just kind of wary of just approaching it in general. And we fast forward to modern day where we have the main character whose name is Hatch. He has a personal trauma with the location in which the book takes place in. And the book takes place in a centralized area of a town called Stormhaven, Maine, and Ragged Island, which is the name of this island, that is about 6 miles off the coast of Stormhaven. And he is approached by a modern-day treasure hunter who wants to use modern-day technology and equipment to finally bring this treasure to light. And it is this whole story and roller coaster of a plot that Hatch kind of now goes through with the unearthing of this treasure that just leaves you on the edge of your seat this whole time. You know a book is good when it kind of brings you out of the routine in which you typically read. I typically read at night before bed, and I found myself quickly reading this during the day when I had free time. And it just kind of hooks you. Every chapter is kind of like its own scene, and they're nice little sized chapters too. So if you feel like, hey, I'm just going to read a couple of chapters while I have this free time, this book will give you the ability to do that. The story is fantastic. Like I said, it grips you, it hooks you. The characters feel like they're all there for a purpose. Everybody has a job. Everybody that Hatch interacts with just all add to his own developments. And it's just really cool to see the interactions between different characters, their personalities, as this dig kind of happens for this treasure. I will say that it's kind of for a more mature audience. Definitely don't let any young children or maybe young teens read this. There are some kind of graphic and gruesome things that happen in the book, and so definitely kind of put your big person pants on for that, for sure. And let's see, we got probably about 460 pages as well for the book. So depending on how fast you read, you can maybe knock it out in a couple days, a couple weeks like I did, since I have a little bit of a slower pace with my books. I like to kind of take everything in just for my reading style. But I'm sure some of you guys can knock out this book in a day. It's just a mass market paperback that I have here. And the last thing I kind of want to leave you with is the review at the bottom of the cover here. It says, "Ingenious, the literary equivalent to an event movie. A lot of fun." Honestly, that's probably the best, simplest review you can ever take away from a book such as Riptide. This is everything that you want in a kind of like a blockbuster book. So take that as the only thing from this video if you must, but go out and read it. You will not be disappointed.